Yesterday, I was sexually assaulted by my Uber driver.
I'm glad you've stopped by, amazing viewer. Thanks for your continued support to Comfort for Life. This video sheds light on a harrowing experience of a high school girl who became a victim of an assault by an Uber driver, turning what should have been a routine ride into a traumatic experience. The story highlights not only the failure of one individual but also raises questions about the border systems in place to ensure passengers' safety in ride-sharing platforms. Take a listen.
Yesterday, I was sexually assaulted by my Uber driver. So it was 7-something in the morning and I was already late to school, so I decided to get an Uber to take me to school. Look, I share an Uber teen account with my mom. It's supposed to be a safe way for your teens to get to where they need to go. So the Uber came, I go outside. Mind you, I was wearing a scarf over my head and my jacket all the way zipped up since it was raining. He was asking me weird questions from the start. He was asking me where. Yesterday, I was sexually assaulted by my Uber driver. So it was 7-something in the morning and I was already late to school, so I decided to get an Uber to take me to school. Look, I share an Uber teen account with my mom. It's supposed to be a safe way for your teens to get to where they need to go. So the Uber came, I go outside. Mind you, I was wearing a scarf over my head and my jacket all the way zipped up since it was raining. He was asking me weird questions from the start. He was asking me where I lived, if I really lived, where he picked me up, and I said yes. I wasn't really suspicious at this point. I asked him if he lives in the area too, and he said yes. During the car ride, I was extremely uncomfortable because he kept staring at me in the mirror, telling me how beautiful I was, and he turned his whole body while driving just to stare at me. While he was telling me how beautiful I was while driving the car, he took his hand and he was feeling up on my legs and my knee. I was so uncomfortable. I just moved my knee and I didn't fight back or something because I was in a stranger's car and I was really scared. He could just take off. He could do whatever he wanted. I was very paranoid after he put his hand on my knees and my legs. I just moved my knee and he stopped. But he would not stop staring at me in the mirror and turning his whole body just to look at me. When we finally got to the school, he pulled over and I said, bye, I have to go to school now. And he locks the car doors. He locked the fucking car doors so I couldn't get out. He took my hands and he started feeling up on my hands and my arms like this, just going like that to my hands. And he was saying, please come home with me. Please come home with me. I'll pay you. I'll buy you weed. I have alcohol. I'll pay you whatever you want. Just please come home with me. When he locked the car doors, my heart just dropped. I just thought, okay, this is the end. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I watched a lot of shows about stuff like that, and I never thought that it could happen to me. While he was trying to persuade me to come home with him, his grip on my hands were tight and my arms. I kept saying, no, I'm not going home with you. I need to go to school. And he wouldn't let me go until I told him what time I got out of school. I lied and I told him 4:30. I get out at close to 1. Thankfully, eventually I was able to get out because when he had locked the doors, he didn't put the child lock on the doors. So I was able to just unlock it, you know? So after about 5 minutes of him just trying to persuade me and his hands on my hands in a tight grip, I just got up and left because I didn't want to continue any further and I was afraid for my life after I had unlocked the door. So after this happened, I went to my principal and I had to file a police report. They had to call the police and my mom had to come. And we called Uber too. 3 times and his account is still not fucking gone. How can you tell me he sexually assaulted me and his account is still not gone? Imagine how many girls he's had to give a ride that day and what did he do to them? The police probably won't do anything since it's not on their agenda. I live in New York City and there's assault every single day. And the police, they really just don't care. I just want women to be safe, especially younger women like me, because it can really happen to anybody and you never know.